Hi everyone, so this is the next lesson. We're going to be taking a look at multiplying and dividing monomials, which can be found on page 8 of your booklet that you printed off last week. Alright, so a few things to remember. There is a difference between collecting like terms and the product rule. Alright, collecting like terms we use when we are adding terms or subtracting terms together. All right, so if we're adding x plus x, it's like saying what's one apple plus another one apple, you get 2 apples. Okay, so 1x plus 1x is 2x. For the product rule, product means to multiply. We are multiplying x times x. And the product rule says to add the exponents, okay, when you are multiplying two terms with the same base. And the exponents here are 1 on each of those x's. 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, so you can see the difference between them. Multiplying monomials. We're going to do multiplying first, and then we will look at dividing. Multiply the numbers first, then use the exponent rules on the letters. All right, so if there's numbers in the front, okay, in front of each term, multiply them together first. 2 times 4 is 8. And then we have m multiplied by p. They're different letters. Okay, so we're not going to add the exponents. We're just going to write mp. 8mp. Second one, negative 5 times 7 is negative 35. X squared and y. So we just list the letters. 3 times negative 8 is negative 24. Okay, here we do have the same base. They're both in x, so we can add the exponents. 4 plus 5 is 9. So negative 24x to the 9. And the last one on this page, negative 8 times negative 2 is positive 16. Okay, and then you worry about the letters. So you pick out the ones that have the same base. We have a p squared and a p with a little 1. Okay, that we don't write, but we know it's there. We're going to add those two exponents. 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay, so the exponent on the p is going to be 3. And then for the q to the 1 times q to the 4, we add 1 plus 4, which is 5. All right, example F. Now, instead of using letters, okay, like x and y, we've got our base is a number, but it works the same way. So we have the same base, 1/6 and 1/6. Use the product rule. We add the exponents. 3 plus 5 will give me 8. Okay, don't change the base. Leave it the way it is. Just worry about the exponents. Okay, same base here, 1/4 and 1/4. That's the base. And we have division, which is the quotient rule. Subtract 6 and 2 to get 4. So the answer would be 1/14 to the 4. It says do not evaluate. Okay, so we don't have to go any further. And the last one, the base is 1 over m. So just rewrite the base. And then we've got multiplication in between here. So we're going to add all the exponents. 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 1 is 6. All right, so for these ones, I'm going to attempt to write them out with my mouse, so be patient. All right, so we've got quotient rule here. We're going to take the 18 and the 24 and simplify it first. There we go. Okay, so 18 and 24, we can divide 18 by 6, which will give us 3, and divide 24 by 6, which is going to give us 4. Okay, so we know our number in the front is going to be 3 over 4. Okay, and then worry about the letters. So we're dividing here, so that's the quotient rule, which means subtract the exponents. There's only one a at the top, there's no a at the bottom. So we're just going to rewrite the a, and you're writing your letters at the top, okay, every single time. And then we have b1 and b1. We're going to subtract the exponents, okay, b to the 0 is just going to be 1. They're going to actually cancel, let's just say that, because we haven't talked about the 0 exponent. Okay, so B1 divided by B1 just gives you 1, so it's gone. Okay, next one, 28 and 7. You can divide both of those numbers by 7. 20 divided by 7 is 4, and 7 divided by 7 is 1. Okay, so it's just 4 or 4 over 1. We're going to say 4. Use a quotient rule on the a's, which means you're going to subtract the exponents. So 6 minus 2 for the a's is going to give me 4. And B8 and B1, so subtract 8 and 1, which is b to the 7. Question C. Okay, we can divide the top and bottom. Okay, if you don't see it right away, you can divide this by 2. You can do it in steps. Divide this by 2 to give you 16. Or you might have noticed that 32 is divisible by 4, and so is 4. So that might be the quickest way to do it. 32 divided by 4 is 8. There we go. So we have 8 over 1, or just 8. And then we have x's at the top and the bottom, and then we've got 2 x's beside each other here. So I would probably, just going to put the 1 in there for this one. I'd work on this first. Okay, so we've got the product rule here, which means we add the exponents. 8 plus 3 is going to give me 11. So x to the 11. And then at the bottom we have x squared. And the last step, quotient rule, so subtract the exponents. 11 minus 2 would be 9. Whoops. All right, and one more. So here, I would work this out first, okay, at the bottom. So we've got negative 25. This is going to give me negative 20. Okay, and then just simplify that. All right, so negative 25 and negative 20, what are they both divisible by? We can divide negative 25 by 5 to give us 5, negative 5, and then divide negative 20 by 5 to give us negative 4. And they're both negative. Okay, negative divided by negative is a positive, so I'm just going to say 5 over 4. Okay, now I'm going to focus on the letters, and I'm writing all my answers for the letters at the top. All right, let's simplify. We've got product rule here, so let's simplify this. The m's have little 1s on them, and we're multiplying n times m, which is going to give me m squared. And then x to the 8. And at the bottom, product rule, add the exponents. 1 plus 2 is 3. So m cubed. That's a little 3. It's hard to see. There we go. Equals 5 over 4. And write your letters at the top. So M2, and it's division, so subtract. So M2, M3. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. And then x to the 8. And we haven't talked about negative exponents at this point, so you're okay to leave your answer like this. And I think these are just the same. Homework is on the next slide. Just pause the video so you can see the questions, and then the answers are on the last slide. Make sure that you're showing your work, as always. Okay, so here are the questions, so you can pause. These are not from the textbook. They look the same style as the textbook questions, but they're not. So here's the first part. And then here's questions 6 and 7. So you can pause the video to see the questions. And then there are your answers. And a little note. If your answers don't match, ask a friend if possible, if you're in contact with somebody from our STEM class. If not, just send me an email and I will help you out. Last week I posted questions from the textbook, and number 9 and 10 were a little bit tricky. So if you had trouble with those, I posted solutions on our classroom on Monday. All right, good luck with your homework and your practice, and let me know if you need some help. Okay, talk to you later.